Hello, welcome to English with Sikshya. Have you been searching for a method for stepping up your English? Today we are going to practice English with a new short story. Let's improve your English listening and reading skills. You can also practice speaking along, reading the text. If you need extra time, pause the video and speak along or adjust the speed to a slower level. Let's get started. A new beginning. Maria was from a small town in Brazil. She had always dreamed of studying abroad. Her parents supported her dream, but they were also worried. She had never been away from home, and now she was going to live in a new country. Maria was excited, but also scared. Finally, the day came when she had to leave. She said goodbye to her family and friends. At the airport, her mother hugged her tightly and whispered, "Be brave, my girl." Maria nodded, trying to be strong. She took a deep breath and boarded the plane. Maria's destination was a big university in the United States. She had received a scholarship to study there. The flight was long, and Maria spent most of the time thinking about her new life. She wondered what it would be like. Would she make friends? Would she understand the classes? Everything was unknown. When the plane landed, Maria felt a mix of emotions. She was happy to be there, but also nervous. The airport was huge, and she felt lost. After collecting her bags, she followed the signs and finally found a taxi. The driver was friendly and asked her where she was from. Maria answered shyly, "Brazil." The driver smiled and said, "Welcome to America." The taxi ride to the university was long. Maria looked out the window, trying to take in everything she saw. The buildings were tall, and the streets were busy. It was very different from all her small town. She felt a little overwhelmed, but she reminded herself that this was her dream. When they reached the university, Maria's heart started to race. The campus was big and full of people. She paid the driver and stepped out of the taxi. Holding her bags tightly, she looked around, not knowing where to go. Suddenly, a friendly voice called out, "Hello, are you new here?" Maria turned around and saw a girl with a big smile. "Yes, I'm new," Maria replied. The girl introduced her as Emily. She was also a student and lived in the same dormitory as Maria. "Let me help you," Emily said, and together they walked to the dormitory. The dormitory was a tall building with many rooms. Emily showed Maria to her room. It was small but cozy. There was a bed, a desk, and a small closet. Maria put her bags down and looked around. This was going to be her home for the next few years. That night, Maria lay in bed, unable to sleep. Everything was so new and different. She knew she had to be strong, but it was hard. She wondered if she had made the right decision. The next day, Maria went to her first class. The campus was large, and she got lost trying to find her classroom. When she finally found it, she was late. She quietly walked in and sat at the back. The professor was speaking fast, and Maria struggled to keep up. She felt frustrated. The other students seemed to understand everything, but she didn't. After class, Maria felt discouraged. She walked around the campus feeling lost. She didn't know anyone, and she missed home. She found a bench and sat down, trying not to cry. Just then, she heard a voice. "Are you okay?" Maria looked up and saw a boy standing in front of her. He had a kind face and looked concerned. "I'm fine," Maria said, but her voice trembled. The boy sat down next to her. "It's tough being new, isn't it?" he said. Maria nodded, feeling tears in her eyes. "My name is Alex," the boy said, offering his hand. Maria shook it and introduced herself. Alex was also an international student from Mexico. He told Maria that he had felt the same way when he first arrived. "It gets easier," he assured her. "You just need time to adjust." Maria felt a little better after talking to Alex. He invited her to join him and some friends for lunch. Maria hesitated, but then agreed. She knew she needed to meet new people. They walked to the cafeteria together, and Alex introduced her to his friends. They were from different countries: India, China, and Nigeria. They were all international students like her. As they talked, Maria realized that they all had similar experiences. They missed home, struggled with the language, and sometimes felt lonely. But they also shared stories of their cultures, their food, and their families. Maria felt a connection with them. She wasn't alone in her struggles. Over the next few weeks, Maria slowly began to adjust. She attended her classes regularly and started to understand more. She also made friends, including Emily and Alex. They would study together, cook meals from their home countries, and explore the city on weekends. Maria began to feel more comfortable in her new environment. One day, as Maria was walking to class, she realized that she was no longer afraid. She felt confident and happy. She still missed her family, but she knew they were proud of her. She was doing well in her studies, and she had made friends who supported her. Maria had started a new chapter in life, and she was ready for whatever came next. Maria thought about the first day she arrived, how lost and scared she had felt. Now she felt like she belonged. The university had become her second home. She had learned so much, not just in her classes, but about herself. She had grown stronger and more independent. As the semester came to an end, Maria looked back at her journey. It had been challenging, but also rewarding. She had faced her fears and had come out stronger. She knew there would be more challenges ahead, but she was ready to face them. Maria smiled as she walked to her next class. She was no longer a girl from a small town in Brazil. She was an international student living her dream and making it her own.